Hey everybody, happy Friday, closing out the week with us. Thank you, of course, for being with us on Northern Life. This also ends a week of me doing the morning shift, which has been always fun to go back for a little bit. After the third day, it gets kind of old, but it's all right. But every single day, I've been getting like 4 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep. So less and less. So now, last night was the first night that I got like 8 or 9 hours of sleep.
Good.
And I'm the most tired today. How does that work? Why does that doesn't make any sense to me?
Was it because you weren't sleeping at your house? Is that why?
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, I'm at my girlfriend's place right now, so that's probably what might be what it is, right?
Sure.
I don't know, but I
shorter drive.
Yes, a shorter drive.
True.
But that's kind of nice. Everything's good. Everything's working in my way, but it's just I'm super tired today.
I just feel like it does take a big toll out of you to do the morning shift, and just mentally, like getting up at that hour is difficult, and it uses a lot of your energy just to do that and get out of bed. So kudos to you for making it through an entire week. Round of applause.
Thank you. Let me ask you this: if you were presented with a ton more money to go in a bigger market and work mornings for, let's say, 5 years, would you do it?
Whoa, 5 years.
Let's say you had to work 5 years on mornings.
What time do I have to get to the building?
1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
No?
Yeah, I don't think I could do it again.
I used to do that 11 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
That's wild. That's so wild.
Is that when you get here, 1 a.m.?
About 3 o'clock.
Oh, 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
But 1 o'clock. I just did the average of both of our times on the
Just for
morning
the
show.
scenario.
Yes, for the scenario.
Yeah. But shout out to all our viewers who are waking up and joining our morning team. Be sure to join them 5 to 7 a.m. Great squad over there. Oh, hey, the greatest of all time, Joey Chestnut. He has done it again. He is best known for scarfing down dozens of hot dogs on July 4th in one sitting. But this week, he competed in a popcorn eating contest in Indiana where he came out on top. The Indiana native set the all-time world record for most popcorn consumed in 8 minutes, eating 42 24-ounce servings of it. He broke his 2022 record of popcorn by 10 whole servings.
Oh my gosh.
He just doesn't stop. He just keeps getting better.
No, for that hometown crowd too. Performing like that in your home state. Unbelievable.
It's like Bruce Springsteen going back to New Jersey. Oh my gosh, that's impressive.
His adrenaline must have just been pumping. But I don't know, I think eating popcorn might actually be harder than eating hot dogs fast. I don't know.
I feel like I've put down 42 24-ounce servings at a movie theater one time.
That's true.
Get the refill on the bucket,
But that's true, because it's choking hazard more, I would say so. And it gets stuck in your teeth, and it's saltier. It's maybe makes your mouth more dry. I don't know.
I've never eaten it like that, though, where you got the pop or the water to go along with it.
That's wild. I hope he has good health insurance, and I hope that he gets boatloads of money for doing these things, because otherwise, what's the point?
I know. I loved it. He came here in this very studio, actually, once to talk with us about his Indian fry bread eating competition that he did in Tower, Minnesota.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was so cool. So we got to meet him and learn a little bit more about his prowess, I guess, if you will. And he was very impressive in person, too.
Did you go against him on the morning? Speaking of the morning show.
He was being interviewed by my co-anchor Emma at the time, and I brought a Taco 12-pack to the station to see how many he could do in his interview time. I think I got to 3. The problem was, those tacos were about 12 hours old and cold.
Gross.
They didn't go down quite as easily.
Here you go, Joey.
Enjoy.
Yeah. An exciting new addition is coming to Duluth's Miller Hill Mall. They're thrilled to introduce a Cinnabon is coming to town. Okay. Later this year, the brand new Cinnabon will open to the left of Claire's, offering its signature cinnamon rolls, baked treats, and specialty beverages too. So now you're going to know exactly where that Cinnabon is in the mall, because you're going to walk in and that's going to be all you can smell.
Your nose is leading the way.
Yeah. My waistline grows just smelling Cinnabon. Oh, it's so good.
It really is.
Cinnamon rolls, the best. Well, hey, coming up on today's show, the best sweet summer song of cicadas will soon be buzzing across the nation. We're enjoying some science on this Friday, hearing how cicadas interact with other tiny creatures.
They're all being eaten. That's a tragic end for the cicadas.
It's a curious case.
Yeah, I guess so. And later we're going to meet the man who's currently tackling a trip by himself down the Wisconsin River. We'll hear what inspired him to take the journey and what he has to do to prepare for something like this. I imagine a lot of cross training. It's got to be hard.
A lot of stretching.
Yeah. We're in store for a great summer of Northland fishing, and down in Iowa, an Iowa City 8th grader is reeling after catching a catfish that he weighed in at 68 pounds.
That's a big puppy.
That's a honker right there.
That's scary, actually. And he said he brought it to shore without a net, all by himself. Benjamin Strong caught the flathead catfish in the Iowa River, and he did it in the morning before he went to school. He said he rides his bike 30 minutes to his spot to beat the crowds and the heat that comes later on in the day. Benjamin put the fish back in the water for his next round of fishing, or maybe another brave fisherman to find too. So holy Hannah.
I would not want to find that.
Yeah.
No,
it's like he's got
wild.
a bazooka on his shoulder right there.
Right.
I don't know what the record is for catfish, but I can't think it's much bigger than 68 pounds.
I think it said on the article, it said about 80 some pounds caught back in like the 50s, I believe.
Whoa!
Yeah. Well, that's a big old fish.
Kudos to you.
Let's get to a viewer comment from our Northern Life text line in full. It reads, "Good afternoon, kids. Some of your stories are so good, brings me to tears." Also, a shout out to Dave Anderson. Really enjoying his Hanging On to History segment. But here's the real comment I wanted to get to. The 6 wieners and 8 hot dog buns, super irritating at the store. But here's another one. The grooves or ridges on the inside of soup cans and salad dressing jars. You can't get all of that product out even with a rubber spatula. Those grooves get in the way when you're trying to get them out.
Is there a purpose for the grooves? Does that like prevent something or like help with something, or because it is annoying?
Just to irritate you.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're wasting so much with those grooves.
So true. I can't think of any good explanation.
Yeah.
Answer us, Campbell.
Man.
Yes.
Answer us.
I gotta say, the one that really gets me is the Tostitos queso jars, those little
they're
jars.
short,
Man,
yeah.
I love that stuff. I grew up on that stuff, probably in my DNA now. But getting the full thing out of there, always a difficult time.
And your hands are just covered in cheese sauce at the
Yeah.
end, and you're like, ugh.
Which also isn't a bad thing, but at the
No.
same time, you don't want to have your parents
Right.
walk in and you got a whole licking cheese
in the
off
middle
your
of
hands.
licking your cheese off your hands. Yeah.
I
Like
wasn't
Winnie the
that,
Pooh getting into the honey jar or
Yeah.
something.
I wasn't that desperate
Were you
for it.
raised in the bar?
Just buy another jar. Well, still ahead, young Minnesota inventors get a major lesson in engineering and inclusion.
Welcome back, everybody. As the end of the school year approaches, a group of Minnesota students are making memorable moments for some of their peers living with disabilities.
Derek James takes us to the big reveal of their work.
Inside Shakopee High School,
This is the place where you put your finger.
students from the school's engineering academy are presenting a variety of innovative products, from a typing aid
High H.
to a custom soundboard.
Harper would be wearing this grounding bracelet, so then when he touches this tin foil, it'll complete the circuit to a makey board that's on the inside.
And a spoon stabilizer.
Looks like new squid.
Every one of these products is designed specifically to make life easier for a younger student living with disabilities, like Camden, a fun-loving kindergartner with cerebral palsy.
And it's squishy.
Is it pretty easy for you to hold?
Yeah.
So what do you like to eat with this?
M&M yogurt.
Over less than a month's time, the engineering students learned about their clients' disabilities, the impact on their lives, and maybe most importantly, inclusion.
Everyone wants to be liked and included and have a friend, and that's kind of what this does.
Communicate.
Colton and Cohen worked with 7th grader Harper, who speaks with a communication device or body language.
We figured out what he liked, so we'd say certain things, and if he liked it, he would kick up his leg.
Harper wanted to make music.
4 buttons on the left play a different musical instrument. These two make the pitch of that instrument either higher or lower.
These acts of accessibility and connection are having a big impact on the students with disabilities and their peer builders.
You can make so many different things to help people and just improve their life in general.
Yeah, just like that idea of being able to help other people, it's really rewarding.
Ryder and Madhav designed and 3D printed the silverware stabilizers that Camden loves to use. They hope they've made as much of an impact on him as he has on them.
His face.
Yeah, he every time he got super
laugh.
excited, it was really fun to watch. It made it worth it.
Give me a strong high five. In Shakopee. Derek James, WCCO News.
Oh,
That is
cute.
adorable. Isn't that what it's all about?
Yeah.
You know, doing something to help another person, whether it's just, giving them a smile or going as far as to create something that can help them in their everyday lives. That is so cool.
Yep.
Good on those kids.
Inclusiveness, that's what it's all about.
A lot
Amen.
of creativity, too. Hey, it's not every day students find their rhythm out there, but in Chicago, 4 days a week for 2 hours after school, a professional DJ there is teaching students how to beat match, mix, and cue on a controller. It's part of a youth program there. That DJ, Mr. B, says a year ago, one of those students was high-strung and irregular when it came to detention, and now that student is more confident, focused, and is acing his classes.
Cool.
A few more years, we'll see him in the clubs, setting off the tubes.
Spin that track.
Yeah.
I know you. I saw you in a Northern Life segment 15 years ago.
That'd be awesome.
Oh
We all wanted to be DJs, I think, as
It was
kids.
the coolest thing, yeah. I don't know. Do they still have DJs that like have the round tables and they're doing the mixing and or is it all digital now? Probably.
Yeah, sure. I would love to give that a try.
Yeah.
Yes.
That could be a fun little on-the-job thing for
Yeah,
us to
try it out.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I'd probably ruin something by doing it.
It's all scratched.
Let's take you to Wisconsin now, where a Wausau man is paddling down the Wisconsin River, trying to do so in record time. Bree Bylak has more on this kayaker's impressive journey.
Wausau man Andy Nevitt will make his way through Wausau on this river, vying to accomplish a goal that he's had his eyes set on for quite some time. Nevitt's been competing around the Midwest for about 3 years and doing long kayak races for around 6 or 7. He currently holds the solo paddle record for the Wisconsin River at 5 days, 2 hours, and 19 minutes. Now, he's going for the overall record, from near Land O'Lakes to Prairie du Chien. The record of 4 days, 2 hours, and 22 minutes has stood for 30 years.
I'm the type of person, when I hear something like that, I think, well, maybe I could do it.
The whole voyage is around 424 miles, an exact number Nevitt is looking to clarify. There's been physical preparation and lots of logistics.
A lot of the preparation here recently has been how to navigate certain sections of the river in the dark. There's a kind of a mental process I go through to sort of work through that now. Things like that are the little tricks and things I've learned about myself along the way.
Now, Nevitt says the hardest part is waiting.
I'm eager to get going. I feel like I've been prepared for a while.
He has support from his wife and friends in the paddling community.
It's a solo attempt, but I'm definitely not by myself.
If you want to follow along on Andy's journey, you can track him live on the website Race Owl or follow his Facebook page for periodic updates on his journey. In Wausau, Bree Bylak, News Channel 7.
That's pretty cool.
That's insane.
My husband's family lives by Land O'Lakes, so I think maybe I'll have to give this guy a run for his money after he goes, see if I can beat him.
Whoa. You can
probably do it.
I don't know. He seems like he's trained a long time for this.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever actually sat in a kayak. So.
Oh my gosh.
I think the whole paddling at night thing would probably keep me from wanting to break that world record.
What if you come across rapids in the middle of the night?
You're going to come
Rapids?
Yeah, rapids.
Oh, rapids.
rapids.
I was like, in the
Rapids, too.
water.
Rapids too. You never know what they're gonna do. Those
never-
animals are crazy.
You never know what's going to happen.
We'll be right back after the break.
Welcome back, folks. Summer is full of wonderful moments, but one sure sign of the season for select parts of the country are the cicadas.
Yeah, Dan Smith has a look and a listen at some of the loudest insects on Earth.
Ah, the sweet summer song of cicadas buzzing, and oh my goodness, when will they stop buzzing?
Only the males buzz, and they do that to attract females. There are speculations and there are data that the noise is also then repelling predators.
Dr. Reinhard Lakes Harlan is a neurobiologist by trade, and his work often has him coming in contact with many of these pesky perennial performers. That signature sound all has to do with special structures in the male's abdomen called tymbals. They're a sort of membrane that uses some powerful gut muscles to vibrate and buzz, and their abdomens being hollow only serves to amplify that call. The females give little clicks if they like the song, and so ends the speed dating portion of the program. Groups of cicadas are called broods, and of the 3,000 plus known species, just 7 are those periodical types which emerge after either 13 or 17 years spent in the soil.
Young ones live in the ground for about 98 or 99% of their life is underground, and then only 1 or 2% is when they come up. 4 weeks with high activity, and of course there's a little bit before and a little bit after, so maybe about 8 weeks.
Those different years can lead to some impressive overlap. Brood 10 was the largest in recent memory, with hundreds of billions of cicadas emerging that year. 2025's focus will be Brood 14, centered around states like Kentucky and Pennsylvania, and Dr. Lakes Harlan says they don't all emerge in one night.
When the temperature is right and when there is some rain, so the rain drops on the ground, and then the nymphs in the ground may recognize that, and then they come out.
You might think they're toiling away several feet below ours, but Dr. Lakes Harlan says when he digs up cicadas, they tend to only be about 12 to 18 inches below ground. By the way, while cicadas have mouthparts that suck water out of plant roots,
they have absolutely no chance of biting. This can't go through any skin or so they are absolutely harmless, except of course that they can disturb your hearing if you are in a very big crowd of them.
A large enough brood can be as loud as a lawnmower if you stand in the middle of it, but it would take prolonged exposure to even start to get hearing damage. Safety in numbers is about all they have going for them, as pretty much any insectivore from birds to mammals to amphibians and even fish enjoy the annual buffet. Cicadas also help prune mature trees, and their bodies provide some good nitrogen for growing plants. They may lead simple and mostly hidden lives, but there are some downright weird things that can happen when they interact with other tiny creatures. Next week, we'll explore the doctor's research into how a cicada, a fly, and a fungus coexist in the forests of northern Michigan. Spoiler alert, it's gonna get gross. For this week's Moment of Science, I'm Dan Smith.
Well, good news. I'm at my quota of watching zoomed-in footage of cicadas. I don't have to see that ever again.
I feel like I kind of rolled in the TV as a substitute teacher and said, "We're going to watch a film today."
Yep, here you go. Yes.
Also, how about the professor? He probably gets a call once a year. He's like, "It's my time. I get to talk about my expertise when it comes to cicadas."
Why did he look like he would be just like a very knowledgeable man about cicadas? You know, he just gives that vibe. I did not like the fact that the cicadas crawl up from the dirt.
Yeah.
From the underworld.
Almost like the original zombie. You know?
Yes.
Ooh.
The zombie of the insect world.
Sounds like maybe they'll stay to our east, hopefully. Well, hey, we'll talk about our weekend plans and movies at the box office when we come back.
Welcome back, everybody. This weekend, the Karate Kid franchise lives on with the new film Karate Kid Legends. This time, the story moves to New York City with a new up-and-coming prodigy. Ralph Macchio reprises his role as Jackie Chan, starring as the trainer again. Another big film making waves at the box office now is the live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch.
I've heard that's really good.
Yeah.
Cool.
That one's making hundreds of millions of dollars.
Really?
Yeah, having no trouble at all.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
Are you guys big Karate Kid fans?
You know, I loved the movie growing up.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Really?
Is that
the
Wax
original?
On, Wax Off?
Yeah.
Is that movie?
Yeah.
No, I've never seen it.
Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's pretty good.
You got any weekend plans? You gonna end up watching Karate Kid?
No. I got a couple gigs. I'll be up at Fortune Bay coming up Saturday and playing in Gilbert on Sunday. What about you guys?
Briggs got the big CrossFit competition.
Yeah.
Good luck, Briggs.
Thank you. I've been resting up. We're getting ready to expend all the energy I'll have for the next 2 weeks during that.
And, I will not be doing any CrossFit.
Yeah.
Yes. But I'll be down to the Twin Cities, so it should be a wonderful time. Also, before we go to break, I just watched that Destination X show on NBC for the first time. Worth a watch. I'd say. Yeah, kind of an Amazing Race type vibe.
Oh,
so,
I love that.
You can stream it on Peacock or find it next week.
Well, there we go.
Good advice.
Well, thanks for joining us this week. We love you.
Yeah, we'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, Yeah, this is Northern Light.